I would start off with actually, I'm not going to start off with the same question I asked yesterday. The chocolate milk is a real thing, right?
Yes,
works,
it is.
Right? Yeah.
I told you this. I told him on the way up, that's all Alyssa talked about was chocolate milk.
She loves chocolate milk. Let me tell you.
Well, chocolate milk's on. We'll start off with the one we started off with yesterday. Just general thoughts, on what we just witnessed.
Well, first of all, credit to Washington Lee. They came out on fire and had us reeling a little bit, but credit to our kids. They just kept the course. They kept plugging away at it, just kept playing our style of basketball, and eventually paid off for us. But big credit to especially our seniors. I thought they stepped up and played like seniors. And our other kids around them did a great job supporting them and just doing what they do best. And I think it was just a great team win.
And the slow start, I'm speaking on behalf of the older folks in the crowd. I mean, how do we avoid that so I don't have to visit my cardiologist?
You tell me, so I don't either.
But going off of, what happened out there, I mean, what part of the preparation going in today? Because I know when I woke up this morning, I was thinking about, what you were going to have to deal with, and a lot of it was their length, a lot of it was the rebounding, how you were going to win those battles. What in your preparation, in the short span that you had, went into what happened out there today?
It really goes back to what we planned from day one is designed to play in the national tournament. And it really is just playing out what we normally do with a few slight tweaks, but we didn't change anything big at all.
And, certainly, Bella, the height versus heart. I mean, I think on paper, somebody might have a couple inches on you, height-wise, but we saw, today it was a great performance. And what's your mindset going into that? When you're down low and you're pulling those boards down, and when you're stepping out making those magical threes, I think that was. What's your mindset going into that?
To be honest with you, I'm not really thinking at the time, and that is why I can do it at the level that I did it today. Typically, when I'm thinking, I can crash and burn. So today, I was able to just turn my mind off and really compete and kind of get lost in the competition, and it allowed me to thrive. And then again, like being able to rely on my teammates and know that no matter what happened, they always had my back. Like even if I didn't get the board, like I knew that somebody was going to be rebounding on the other end for me, and I would just take out 50 as much as I could. So just being able to really get lost in the competition and rely on my teammates today is what led to our success.
And Emily, we got down early. It was a game of runs. I mean, what as the leader, the point. What's your mindset going into that when you were down early? And I mean, it almost seemed like it was becoming a lead that maybe slipping into insurmountable, and then all of a sudden you snap back and you come back.
Yeah, I mean, we just knew that we had to fight back, and I think like taking that initiative and then trusting in our teammates and pushing each other and just like getting it through the hoop, I think really helped us. And then just pushing the ball down the court, I think with our like bench and all of our speed, and I think that we just run it down their throats and try to get it back.
And then the pressure, obviously, I said this yesterday, we're in a bonus basketball. The pressure as we go on here, it only gets greater. We got a week now this time. It's, it's not a one-day deal. But going into this week, what's going to be the mindset, the preparation? What's that going to look like here going into next weekend?
Pretty. The nice thing is we're on spring break and they don't have to go to class, and hopefully we can get some really good recovery in, try to get our bodies as healthy as we can get them heading into the weekend. And as much as anything, we just want to enjoy the journey. We talk about it. Success is a journey, not a destination. And each day we get to spend together is a bonus, and we're just going to cherish every moment that we have together.
Hopefully you don't have to shovel any snow during your spring break.
The forecast looks good.
Open it up to others in the room here if you want to kind of give your name and.
Yeah, my name is Israel. I'm from Cleveland.com. And Bella, I wanted to ask you, this game your team thrived off of that 16-0 run in the third quarter. And I was wondering from a player's perspective, what kind of goes into forming a big scoring run like that?
Really just our teamwork and our love and connection with one another. There isn't any one player that can really drive that. I mean, everybody's capable of stepping up. So just staying connected and keeping our heads really led to that run, and just focusing on that possession at hand and not thinking about what happened before, what's going to happen next, and just really playing through our love for one another.
And Emily, in those last 2 minutes, up to, what was kind of going through your head, and how were you able to calm your nerves shooting those 4 free throws, knowing they could determine like the rest of your season?
Yeah, Coach always talks about it's just like 10 in a row what we shoot at the end of practices. So I was just focusing on like, all right, I'm at the line. I've done this my whole entire life. So I was just like, take a deep breath and just shoot them.
We often make them before they don't get to leave practice till they make 10 free throws in a row.
Oh, wow.
And
Sometimes
so,
we're there for a really long time.
Well, that paid off.
Yeah, it does.
And Coach, in both of these tournament games so far, and in a couple games throughout the season as well, your team has had to hold on to very close leads in the final quarter. What about this team makes them build for these close victories, and how will that carry you through the rest of the tournament?
we've just been there. So our league is so good, and we have so many of those situations in our league because everybody in our league is competitive. And it really just helps prepare us for these kind of moments against somebody else because we've been there and done it. We talk about it in the timeout. We talk about it in the huddle. Hey, we've been in this position before. We're good. You know, and just trying to build that confidence because we have been, and we have been successful in those situations.
And playing off of that for all three of you, I mean, and you and I kind of talked about this last week, Coach, that, I mean, this is not necessarily a team of alphas. This is a lunch bucket squad, right? I mean, can you just talk about, and again, for all three of you, can you just talk about just that mentality, that going to work every day mentality, and how that guides this team?
We've said that from day one, that that's really our strength, is that anybody is capable of going off on any given night. It does not going to be Kaylee every night. It doesn't have to be Emily every night. It can be, and I was thinking this during the game. I looked around and I was like, wow, like it's me, Emily, Kaylee, and our sophomores just rotating in and out. And that's really a testament to our depth, 1 through 25, that we're able to have anybody go off, and we make each other better every day. And that's really been our mindset of iron sharpens iron, and that's what is going to boost us through this tournament.
And I think also, like, we want others to achieve what, like, we want every other person to achieve. So, like, we trust everyone to be able to score as many points as they need to or whatever.
All right. So, Coach, I was going to ask you, you guys scored 29 there in the first half, didn't have a lead at all, and then you come out in the third quarter and put up 26. What's the speech like in the locker room? Just spark something like that.
It's really pretty matter of fact. Like, we just talk about what we're doing well. We talk about what we need to do better, anything we might need to adjust, any actions that we want to run more. And then we really believe we're a second-half team. And we just remind each other, hey, second half's our half. Let's go. And these guys go out and execute it.
And I was going to ask, Emily, you've now hit, in the span of a week, you got 2 buzzer beaters. You starting to feel more confident when the clock's running dry?
I don't know.
She's almost better deeper she is. I swear. She shoots it better sometimes when she's like 10 feet off the line.
I just take what's given. I mean, some people are going to start coming out on me, so, I mean, I'm going to have to pass it away. So I just kind of take whatever.
Buzzer beater for 1,000 and a buzzer beater day, like within the span of a week. And then last question I was going to ask Bella. Oh my gosh, I didn't write. I'm the only one who didn't write these down. I had one right here.
Well, if you
Oh,
okay.
I know it was. I know it was.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry, Tommy. Don't kill my spot grill time. Bella, there's times you sometimes have it out for 3. Jab step, look around, and you're like, no, not yet. When's the time where it's like, okay, time to uncork it?
When I'm not thinking. If I'm thinking about it too much, then like sometimes I'll second guess myself. I need to when I'm playing with confidence and I feel like I'm having a flow, then I know it's time to uncork it. And like the coaches and everything, and I know my teammates believe in me, but it's really just like whether I believe in myself. And well, today I guess the juices were flowing.
And she puts the work in. This summer, she did a lot of shooting from 3, and she also will do different in practices. We do a lot of timed or scored 3-point shooting, and Bella's one of our best. And so when she's not thinking about it, yeah, it's like she really is. She beats the times. She's a good 3-point shooter. Just when she's not thinking about it, she's way better.
Thanks, Coach.
She beats half of our team in
I know,
threes.
right? Yeah, when we're doing those games, absolutely.
was gonna say, following up on what she said and what you said, I mean, and again, kind of going back to our conversation last week of, again, there's not an established, this is a person that is gonna, you know, obviously you talked about, it's an advantage that a lot of different people can make shots. Can you talk about the approach of, is it you know, from a coaching standpoint, obviously from a playing standpoint, is it in game? Is it who's open necessarily? Is it, all right, I feel, you know, in Emily's case tonight, she's, you know, playing particularly well. Can you speak to the approach of, you know, finding those, you know, 50, 60, 70 shots you're going to have to take during a game?
Yeah, we let the offense create those shots, and then each player knows what they're good at. And ideally, they are taking the shots that they know that they work on and that they're good at. And our offense then can create that. And, you know, defense, we feel like the defense has to figure out what they're going to take away. If they want to take away Bella, double teamer, great, we'll go hit threes. If they want to take away Emily by sending extra help there, all right, we'll kick it. You know, we want to always make the defense wrong, no matter what they're doing. And luckily, we have good players who can take advantage of that. Can I do? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say one more thing, and we said it in the locker room, and I know I don't know if I said it to you, but I have said it a couple times. Israel, I think I said it to you that I want to give credit to Sadie Arndt and Alec Johnson, 2 other seniors. They don't have as glamorous of a role, but because they are great teammates and they are superstars at the role that they have, it's allowed our team to maintain a great cohesion, and I want to give credit to those guys.
And then finally, for me, Sweet 16 for the second straight year, how is this team different than the team from last year?
We went Sweet 16 last year. This team, I think we might be even deeper than last year because our sophomores and Brooke have, and even Casey, we have quite a few people who stepped up into some roles that maybe they didn't play as well last year, and that's made us stronger because our bench is even stronger than last year because our starters are very similar. We have one change in the starter, but yeah, we still have everybody else intact, and they're doing a great job. What would you guys say?
I would say this year I feel like we're more mature. In a way, like, we keep our heads a lot better than we would have in years past.
Good
Like
point.
today, when we were down by, like, what were we down, like 14 or something? I think last year we would have lost our heads a little
13.
bit and, like, pulled apart, whereas today we really came together, and that's what led to our comeback and eventual victory.
I would totally agree with that. I think we're like more connected with that, and like we trust in each other a little bit more and have more confidence in each other.
2 days in a row, fans turned out last.
They were
game.
awesome.
What do you know?
Feels so good.
It does.
Like
Even
hearing-
spring break. I mean, all these people come in on spring break. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I
Yeah.
love the environment, and I'm grateful for all of them coming to our games and supporting.
And, like, when we were, like, down or, like, something's getting hard and you hear the crowd screaming defense, it, like, really, like, kicks you into another gear that you didn't know you had. So, again, like, thank you to the community and everything for coming out to support us
And our
because it really
alums.
pushes us
All
to
of
be
our-
as great as
Yep.
we are.
All the
Families,
alums,
yeah, alums,
Alums,
family, yeah.
families.
Well, from the alums, thank you.